Hello, everyone. I'm back. It's 9:01 p.m. So, last night and this morning, I had so much on my mind. But due to the not having enough sleep, I was too tired to even talk about it, what I wanted to talk about. And um, today I was on the verge of dozing off several times today, but never really got any sleep. But but now I'm starting to kind of feel dozy, and I'm hoping that's a good sign because I'm feeling like about to yawn. Excuse me. Oh. Sorry, that caught me off guard at the last minute. So starting to feel very sleepy. So at least the next 3 or 4 days is gonna be very, very busy for me. Like I have a lot of errands to run, a lot of stuff to do, and excuse me, I'm kind of feeling conflicted on which chore or which errand to start first or which to start last. If I should hold out on another day or two to go take a shower and do laundry and just run other errands, or should I just do shower and laundry tomorrow and then the other errands, you know, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm undecided, but I'm used to freaking now I can go not every day, but most days I can go any day, mostly any day I want. Excuse me, to go take a shower. So yeah, I don't know which errand I want to start first. If I should go do a shower and laundry, or should I do my shopping errands first, or should I do this, do that? I don't know. But um this is a 50-degree sleeping bag. But I'm trying to prepare for the winter. I was wishing, hoping, and praying to have a permanent housing solution by myself with my own place, because with this targeting and my disability, I don't do well with living with people. It always turns into disaster. So part of my disability plus the targeting, I need someplace by myself. Even if it's another motel room again, to stay off the streets and out of the cold. And so ignorant people will be like, but you're going to have to live, like narcissistic abusers will be like, but you're going to have to live with somebody, Candy. I mean, you don't understand. I can't. What's the point of living with a doggone roommate? Pay, if I get $837 a month and I pay $700 to stay there, and then I get thrown out the next day or set up, lied on with this gang stalking, and then they kick me out the house or the whatever the transitional housing or whatever might be, and then keep the whole $700 and then leave me on the streets with nothing for the rest of the month. So I mean, I don't even trust that. Or if I try, or if I try to rent a room and it's bed bug infested, and then I get mad after staying there for 1 or 2 hours, and then they try to keep my money, and then it end up in the all out fist fight, or with the person who rents the rooms out to people, if it end up in the all out fist fight, or if I had a roommate that stole something from me, just any and every, who knows, or if they have an evil roommate that's drugging me up or poisoning my food or anything. Like, I just can't doggone trust it being targeted. You can't be a people person as a targeted individual, and you got to keep your doggone guard up. So I'm looking for a permanent solution. I can't be around. Another reason why I can't live with people, because of my hypersensitive ears and being around noise. People might want to blast loud music, watch loud TV or something, or make whatever other obnoxious noise, or if if I don't like, you know if I gotta share the same furniture with a housemate or a roommate, and I feel anxiety about it because they put their nasty ass feet and shoes in the sofa or something, or you know if they might throw all the chores on me and make me wash all the dishes, clean the bathroom, or they might falsely accuse me of destroying property or breaking something, or they might do something dirty and blame it on me, or they might bring a druggy friend over to set all of us up and have us all ruined and destroyed. Nah, that's why even on the streets, I like to stay to myself. I don't want to be hanging out with, you know, I just stay to myself and try to stay out of trouble. So, and with my OCD, they'll be making complaints about me. I'll be making complaints about them. We'll never get along. My hypersensitive, oh yeah, I mentioned about my hypersensitive ears and stuff, and the noise and stuff. And so, I already told y'all what I went through with Janet. So, Janet and her son and that boyfriend, and the other times I try to rent a room from somebody, and then if I try to rent a room from somebody, they'll ask me, can they have a picture of me? I'll show them my picture, and then they will go AWOL on me and cut off all contact with me, or they'll lie and say that they can't rent me the room because they don't like the way my picture looks. So or they tell me that I have to have a car and a job, and that Social Security and SSI don't count, that I have to have a car and a job in order to rent a room from them. Stuff like that too. Or they want references, and they want a background check and this and that, whatever, in order to rent a room. If I try to get a regular apartment, I don't get enough money every month. But I was told that I have to be working and have a job for at least 6 months in order to and I would have to be working and have a job for at least 6 months in order for them to decide to rent me a regular apartment if my income was higher. But they make sure that I don't last long on the job. I don't last long with nothing. So, I've been working on blogging and short stories and hopefully novels soon. Someone asked me earlier today about novel writing. I said, he said, why don't you write, some little novels or something? I said, I have that in plan or in the works to, I guess novellas or novelettes or something, smaller novels or maybe big ones. But it's hard to get my head straight with the sleep deprivation. If I try to write or work on something, they torture me with the director energy weapons, or they force sleep deprive me. My stuff doesn't come out right, and then the perps and other outsiders in society, and even some targeted individuals, will think that that's naturally me. But I'm like, no, I'm not well rested, but I'm still trying to fight anyway. You know, some other targeted individuals, they might realize that, well, hey, Candy could do better, but y'all need to stop sleep depriving her. I can't drive a car. I can't dive off a diving board and swim. I can't cook. I can't write. I can't do much of anything while I'm sleep deprived. And it would cause me to be more angry and irritable, and lash out on verbally, and lash out on people more. Some, in extreme cases, rare cases, physically also. Or if I'm sleep deprived, it'll make me extra. Cause me more panic attacks and stuff, like just riding in over a bridge and over water in a car would cause me extreme panic attacks. So I don't know why they're sleep depriving me these past couple of weeks. They've been like 2 or 3 weeks. They've been sleep depriving me. Well, after I decided to quit the cab driving job, my sleep got better for a few days, but now they're back to sleep depriving me again. And so, yeah, I mean, I know they had me sleep deprived, but see, when I was doing a cab driving job, it's possible that they probably would hit me with directed energy weapons to make me feel anxiety and feel nervous and stuff too. Because I had a whole bunch of perps surrounded by me, including the Escambia County Sheriff's with one headlight and all that. So naturally, I mean, I'm wondering, what is it? Why am I so nervous? And then, remember I told you about the perp who drive around with one headlight, and he wasn't even trying to be encouraging. All he was like, you can't be nervous now. You can't be nervous. The guy who was training me with the cab driving job. And so then, he's like, you can't be nervous now. You can't be nervous. When he said that, it would make me more nervous. But I'm like, come on, it's been a while since I drove, and I'm trying to get comfortable all over again. You're not giving me a chance. You treat me like as if I've been driving for so many years and stuff. So I mean, it's been a long time since I did some actual road driving. But I have a license, and I used to have a car years ago. And so when I would ask him certain questions, he would get an attitude with me and treat me like I'm supposed to have the common sense to know, and treat me like I'm really stupid, and then give a response that does not answer the question. So he was playing all kinds of psychological games and gaslighting me and being a weird perp and stuff, and he wasn't trying to be encouraging or helpful. But I could have been, if it's after 9:00 right now, I could have been making my money driving around as a cab driver right now. But no, they give me one tail light vans to drive, or a busted up, scraggly, raggedy, fat, fraggy, fried up, dirty Cadillac to drive around in. Dang, it's like the cab cars, they were so dirty that I was, with my OCD, I had to clean and sanitize every time I was like grossed out, But like y'all got some, it's like every cab company got some busted up, scraggly, raggedy malfunctioning doggone vehicles. I'm not expecting them to be nice and new or nothing. I mean, even if it's a 13-year-old car, why just be doggone clean? Just be clean. But I felt uncomfortable with the van being dirty, or you know, and it's like I'm I was sitting here trying to make a living and hopefully trying to be independent and trying to better myself, but it's like I emotionally beat myself up and questioning why was I so nervous trying to do the cab driving job this time. Because in 2017 and 2018, I wasn't really nervous like that. But also when I worked the Avis job, it involved some driving, moving cars and stuff, but not actual on the road like that. But just driving on a property. We moved the car up, put gas in it if it was necessary, vacuum it and wash it, and wait a minute, hold up. We had to wash the outside. Yeah, I don't remember having to wash the outside of the car. Maybe I did, but I do remember wiping down the inside and vacuuming and stuff. And then, oh, that's what it was. Wiping down the insides and vacuuming and put gas in the vehicle and then take it around the corner and drive it through the car wash on the outer side of the car, get washed through the car wash, and then you park it. I mean, then you take it around, and then you park it. you know, but I think that as if they wouldn't sleep deprive me with the target being gang stalked and stuff, that they didn't sleep deprive me, and as days went on, I could have built more confidence and rebuild my confidence and being less nervous. But you know, I was treated as if I wasn't allowed to be nervous. If I was like new with that company and didn't know what to expect, then you know, my sleep was kind of fine. Once I started to try to apply for the cab driving job, oh, they set in the works to sleep deprive me and stuff like that. They always do that. And even in 2017, I was like, is this freaking witchcraft or something? I'm like, somebody's doing something. And that was before I realized that that's part of the targeting. And before I realized for sure, I figured somebody was doing something. And so, like, when I tried a cab driving job in 2017, they sleep deprived me severely. And I had to quit the doggone cab driving job. Plus, they were gang stalking and workplace mobbing me and screwed over me really bad, gave me bad cars to drive. And then I didn't realize it was part of the gang stalking that they gave me a fucked up cab to drive around in. Cab number 64 was Star Cabs. And then like an hour or two later, they had the car running, like another person driving a cab, that exact car, and driving around like it was nothing. But they'll give me a car, deliberately give me a cab car with mechanical failures, and then turn around and try to blame me and be like, oh, that's because you were driving over potholes and stuff. I'm like, how you know? You weren't there. Y'all gave me a freaking bad car. You give me a car that all the lights come on, like check engine light or this light, that light. Um, so yeah, and then like in New Orleans, like with Glenn's cab, I ended up they set me up with to get like a flat tire. None of the other drivers wanted to help me. They left me stranded. With Star Cabs, they left me to, had the car broke down and I was left to be freaking stranded. Nobody wanted to help me. Brittany kept dodging and ignoring my calls. And so when I questioned and confronted her about it, she was like, "Oh, I thought your number was the same number as CPS trying to come take my kids." So it's like they didn't want me with a job. They didn't want me to freaking drive, but don't freaking sleep. When I know how to drive pretty good, when I'm rested and normal, I'm to function with any and everything better. And, but it's like, don't sleep deprive me on purpose and then turn around and say you're crazy and and you're a danger on the road and you're not mentally capable of driving. I mean, they wait till they see me trying to get a driving related job and stuff, and they be like, "Oh, you should never drive a car. You don't have the business mentality or the sense to freaking drive." But some professed targeted individuals, they're allowed to have a car and drive and get to have housing and a nice income and nice job. But other targeted individuals, it seems like they attack everything about us. And it's like, I don't know which is worse. I mean, even though I still get a hit with directed energy weapons too, but like for a few minutes tonight, for like maybe 3 or 4 minutes, they vibrated my body and then they stopped. But I don't know, like to be heavily gang stalked and sabotaged and have like be totally destitute and have nothing or have very little, or to end up in an emergency room or end up in a hospital and have high income house, family, kids, car. I mean, a nice ass expensive luxury car and all that, and still going. But being tortured with directed energy weapons and V2K or whatever, and all that. I don't know. But hey, as poor as I am, when I had the Section 8, like when I was living in Jefferson, Louisiana, I ended up in an emergency room. I ended up in the emergency room like at least twice a week or every week or so. And it was the same procedure and they didn't want to help me. And I figured that me keep on going to the emergency room for being severely sleep deprived and having to go to the emergency room and having, being scared that I'm having a heart attack. Then they tell me nothing is wrong. So, but I heard that they like the gang stalkers try to stage car accidents with targeted individuals also. And then, leave you to, I heard that if you get a car, they'll systematically and gradually do fucked up shit to your car and then cause you to have to keep on with the maintenance and repairs. If you're a targeted individual and you have a bike, even with the lock on it, this happened in 2007. I think I had a bike at least twice, and I didn't know it was. I had no idea it was part of the gang stalking. But the police didn't want to do anything. I had 2 bikes that got stolen, so I just quit having a bike for a while. I even had the chain and they cut the lock off, and some kind of way they cut the chain off, cut the lock off, and stole my bike. And the police didn't want to do anything about it. This happened twice in Denton, Texas. So, then I ride the buses. Y'all see, I be showing and telling y'all what they do with the buses, cab, Uber, doggone transportation. But when people, with the driving thing, Like that's traumatic for me and emotional because of with the way the foster mom used to treat me about driving and about the abuse and manipulation and mind games about the driving and stuff like that. So for people, I mean, I feel like I wish I can have my own car and drive and you know, and then foster or biological family members would do stuff on purpose to make me angry or nervous while I'm driving just so that they can make false excuses to falsely justify why I'm not mentally capable. It's like if they push all my buttons and trigger me and make me either nervous or angry, and just so that it's like, well, if you didn't do this, that, whatever, I could drive safely, but you sitting there, you know, doing fucked up shit while I'm trying to drive. But the family members, the mentally slow, crazy biological family members, they got mad at me and were envious that they thought, like the biological brother Wyatt, he came back and told me that the biological sister Ramona said, "Oh, how that retarded bitch smart enough to know how to drive all the way to Milwaukee by herself with no GPS." Well, at the time, there was a physical map. Like, I think it was Google Maps or something, or MapQuest, that I had to use to travel all the way from Houston, Texas Astrodome, all the way to Milwaukee, Wisconsin by myself. And it took a few days, but I even drove from Milwaukee back to New Orleans by myself. But I was somewhere in Marion, Arkansas, evacuating from Hurricane Katrina years ago, and I ended up with a flat tire, and I didn't realize it was part of, like, I could write a whole damn book on how different ways people fucked over me with the car and car maintenance and car repairs and everything, and I did not know it was real. I didn't realize it was part of the gang stalking. And narcissistic women would be like, well, they saw you coming and you're stupid, meaning that I'm a fool, that they saw me coming, meaning that they had the right opportunity to take advantage of me. But they kept taking advantage of me. I thought it was because society see me as slow and retarded. But I didn't realize that they kept screwing over me because I'm targeted. So it's basically like as if I'm wrongfully banned from, or like not allowed to have transportation or freedom of movement so that they can control me. And I missed the time that I did have my own car years ago. And I used to drive back and forth to school every day. Really, mostly no. I mean, I had a couple of car accidents where people crash into me. But I get home safely. I do what I need to do. But everybody wait till I get a certain amount of money or a car to try to take advantage of me and pretend to be fake nice and then try to take advantage of my car or whatever money I have. you know so I mean, this was what I was gonna talk about last night or this morning, what I'm talking about now. But it's like I could have be a better driver, or I could be a better writer, could be a better cook, could dive off the diving board better if I were to go swimming and dive. So I've done that in the past, like 3 years ago. Try to dive off the diving board and be sleep deprived. I feel like I had to stop doing it because well, I mean, good thing I was able to make it, but I mean, I was even scared of. In 2017, they would severely sleep deprive me And me trying to cook when I had my Section 8 housing, I'm like, well, I had fears that I would accidentally burn down the doggone house, even though it didn't happen. But I was just scared. But them sleep depriving me, and then me being sleep deprived, I would be more clumsy, and I would end up choking on food and stuff. It was very scary. It's very scary. So but yeah, later on tonight, I felt better. I mean, I had a better evening on Twitter, but throughout the day, I had a bad day on Twitter and YouTube. But, I almost was tempted to want to get mad and quit. But I'm glad eventually a few people were supportive. But yeah, tomorrow I have a busy day ahead of me with errands to run. So I need help with trying to get housing. And well, since I gotta anticipate being back on the streets, I think that I might, just to stay on the safe side, try to get two more sleeping bags since my stuff keep getting stolen. I'm gonna try to get two more sleeping bags, but the 20 degree costs twice as much as the 30 degree. But if I gotta be out on the streets throughout the winter, I might as well try to spend more money and get the 20 degree ones. And then I need to get a big coat too. Like try to get a winter coat or a big coat.